We are getting started. All right. So, welcome everyone. My name is Anna. I'm your StriveScan facilitator. We are excited to host our virtual college fair here. So just a few housekeeping items as we get started. If you would like to ask questions, feel free to use the Q&A function on your computer and feel free to directly ask those questions to the institutions. Please make sure your cameras and your microphones are off. We have a lot of folks joining us today, so we want to make sure, and also the panelists can't hear or see you, so they're sort of speaking, but they won't be able to engage with you in that way. We do encourage that you sign up for more sessions. There are more being offered, so feel free to sign up for a session in the next time slot, and a recording of the session will be available following this session. All right, so first up, Flagler.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Jenna DeFalco and I am an admissions counselor here at Flagler College, and I work with students specifically from Central and South Florida. So to begin, Flagler College is a small private liberal arts institution with around 2,500 students. So we are small by intent here at Flagler, and you can really feel the impact of our student body number across all departments on our campus. If you are looking for individualized attention and to be a name and not a number, then Flagler is going to be a really great fit for you. So this here explains where our students are coming from. So as you can see, we are well represented by our home state of Florida, but it is not the only place where our students are coming from. We have lots of students coming from up north, students from the West Coast, a student from Hawaii, and 5% of our student population are international students. So you have the chance to make connections with such a variety of places. So 50% of our first year students are from outside of Florida. Not only do you have the chance to make those great social connections, you will also feel this impact within the classroom. You're able to really expand your worldview as a student here at Flagler, and you're able to see how your opinion is going to differ from the opinion of someone coming from another place. That really allows you to grow as a student and to become a global citizen, and that is the goal for us here at Flagler for each of our students. So now to share a bit about our exact location. So Flagler is located right in the heart of downtown St. Augustine, right in between Jacksonville and Daytona Beach. So we are about 45 minutes to an hour south of Jacksonville, and we are also not too far from the Orlando area. So this provides great opportunities for internships as well as job opportunities after a student graduates from Flagler. So now to share about what there is to do in our great city. So St. Augustine is an amazing place to call home for your college years, and Flagler is located walking distance to amazing shops and restaurants within St. Augustine. We're also located only 10 minutes away from the beach, so that is a huge part of our culture on campus. Lots of great weekends to head to the beach. There is also St. Augustine Amphitheater for great live concerts, the St. Augustine Farmers Market, 5Ks and 10Ks that will take place, festivals taking place all year long. So it is a fantastic place to spend your college years. It really is a quaint, beautiful place that has both the beach as well as a rich historic district that we call home. So here at Flagler, you really are welcomed into a very close-knit community that allows you to make friendships from as early as day one. And that is because you are part of the Flagler family. We really encourage our students to put themselves out there and to become involved in the over 60 clubs and organizations that we offer, ranging from Student Government Association, Flagler College Volunteers, Surf Club, Dive Club, and we're also a Division II school and a part of the Teach Belt Conference. So all of our athletic events are free for our students to attend, and we really encourage you to put yourselves out there. You also have the chance to make connections with our faculty and staff. They are very much a part of the family feel as well. So now to speak about your time in the classroom. So this explains the academic programs that we offer. So you can see that within the liberal arts, we offer a nice wide variety. So popular choices year after year include business administration, coastal environmental science, education, graphic design, hospitality and tourism management, psychology, sport management, and our class size average has 18 students in them. You will receive individualized attention from each of your professors. We have a professor teaching every course, never being taught by a teacher's assistant. So they are there to really act as the greatest resource to students. They have worked as a professional in the field that they are now teaching. So they are there to really bridge the gap between what you are studying as your academic program and what you would like to pursue as your first job. So this here explains the cost to attend. So the total for tuition fees, room and board is $34,310 per year. You will also see the breakdown off to the right. So you see room and board. So Flagler College freshmen are required to live on campus for their first year. There are also lots of opportunities for help with financial aid. So 90% of students do receive help towards the cost, and this begins by filling out the FAFSA application. We accept a variety of grants and scholarships, so don't ever be discouraged by any of the no's. There are lots of opportunities to help towards the cost. Now this here is the average academic profile for our students. So the average GPA was a 3.5, the average SAT an 1130, and the average ACT a 24. Now we do super score, and we are also a test optional institution as well. And now this here includes the steps on how to apply. So step one would be submitting the application and the application fee. Now we accept both the Common App as well as our own institutional application. That can be found right on our website, and our regular decision application is open until March 1st. So any questions that you have about submitting these requirements, please feel free to reach out to us, and I'll provide my contact information as well. Step two is going to be submitting your self-reported high school grades, also known as the SSAR. We provide step-by-step instructions on how to complete that and link your SSAR to your application. Step three is providing an academic recommendation. So you want to make this request to someone who really knows you within the classroom, can speak to your strengths and abilities as a student. Step four is completing the personal essay. So you really want to prioritize this step, and you want to write about something that is unique to you, as this step is the one academic sample that we receive, and it really brings the entire application together. And of course, you are able to submit your test scores if you would like, electronically through the College Board website or the ACT website, but again, it is your choice under our test optional policy. So of course, we are here to help every step of the way in the application process. So even if you are 90% sure of the answer to a question, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are always here to help. And thank you so much for tuning in to hear a little bit more about Flagler College. I'll be able to answer any additional questions in the chat. So thank you so much, and nice to spend some time with you all this evening.
Great. So next up, we have Wholesale University.
Hello, everyone. I am unable to start my video, Anna, if you wouldn't mind unlocking that for me. There we go. Thank you. Hi, everybody. What's up? I'm happy to be here this evening and tell you about Wholesale University. I'm just going to get my screen share started. So for anybody who has not heard of Wholesale University, we are an entertainment, art, technology, and media school down in Orlando, Florida. So lots to tell you about in a very short time. So I'm going to start off with a quick video so you can see a little bit about our programs, and then I'll tell you a couple more fun facts. So at the end of that video, it said, if you are serious about your dream, we'll take your dream seriously. That is our motto at Wholesale. We're all about creative dreams and helping you realize those. And through the years, we've had our graduates go on to work on a lot of creative projects. I'll touch on a few more in a few minutes, but if you're somebody that's interested in maybe creating music, like you can see here, or maybe you've always had a dream to create a video game, or maybe you're super into technology, you love coding, you want to make computers, or maybe you're an aspiring journalist, somebody that's interested in entertainment, this could be a good fit for you. So let me tell you a little bit about what makes our programs unique. The very first thing would be that we have accelerated programs. So at Full Sail, instead of 4 years for a bachelor's degree, it only takes about 20 months. We know that things have kind of been turned upside down this past year as far as education goes, but we are offering most of our programs either on campus or online. And students do have the opportunity, if they ever feel uncomfortable being on campus due to COVID, that they can always switch to online as well. Another thing is that we have a very flexible starting schedule, a rolling admissions, so you could apply and start throughout the year. That means that you could start literally any month. It's all depending on when you're ready to start. Whenever you are ready, we're here for you. The third one, come back anytime. I'll touch on this more in a minute, but we do something called course auditing, where you can come back and retake classes in your field for the rest of your life for free. That's hugely advantageous in the entertainment industry. As technology changes all the time, you can come back and relearn it, so that way you're still relevant in your industry. And then the last thing here, we do offer portfolio projects and career modules so that students can have a portfolio to graduate with that is a collection of their best work. And then they also take 7 career module classes, including things like resume skills, networking, interviewing, things like that. That way, when they graduate, they are ready to, not only do their job, but also get their job. So I mentioned a minute ago that we've had graduates go on to do some really cool things. You can see behind the words here some projects that you may recognize. I know one of my favorites right back here is the Star Wars franchise. Stranger Things is on here. I love that as well. Especially in the film, video game, and music industry, we've had graduates work on a lot of big name projects. Just this past year, we had, let's see, my transitions are a little slow, gotta fix that. We had over 140 of our graduates that were nominated for last year's Academy Awards and won Oscars. Just a week or so ago, we found out that 57 of our graduates are Grammy nominated. And then back in December, we had 271 of our graduates that were credited on Game Award winning games, including The Last of Us 2, which was Game of the Year. And aside from just those big award winning graduates, but they've gone on to work with some pretty cool companies as well. So you can see something like HBO or EA Sports, a gaming company, golf channels here. So maybe you're interested in doing broadcast journalism or sports commentating. Graduates have gone on to do that as well. And our career development department is wonderful. They work with our students and help them not only when they are students, but also once they graduate to find and practice interviewing for jobs and helping to get those. This next slide here, it might be a little bit loud. If so, I'm going to skip past it. But I did want to mention that we have some COVID safety protocols in place on our campus. Our staff has been very innovative at making sure that we can have a safe experience for students. So I'm going to skip past that because I feel like it's a little loud in my ears. Don't want to, have you not be able to hear anything. But we, again, have students, or we give students the opportunity to be on campus or online. If they are on campus, we're sticking with strict CDC protocols to make sure that everybody is safe, but still able to learn in a hands-on, effective way. Whenever campus is fully open, we have a lot of clubs and organizations. You can see a few on here. Coding Club is one of the big and popular ones. Cosplay Club is one of my favorites. And then the Armada Esports team is one that I did want to highlight. We have an esports league that you could compete in. Right now we have about 10 or 12 teams in games like Smite, Rocket League, Fortnite, Super Smash Brothers, Call of Duty, and Rainbow Six Siege. So that's something you can always apply to Full Sail to come and be a part of our sports team. I know I have about a minute left, so I just want to give you some information on how to get started if this seems like a school that would fit you well. First of all, check out our scholarship guide. Highly recommend applying to any that you feel like would be a good fit. We do have one called the Creative Mind Scholarship for seniors graduating in 2021. This is up to $25,000, and you can get more information on the website or drop a chat to me. I can send that directly to you. Then you can connect with us on social media as well. The best way to connect with us is always touring campus. We do virtual tours almost every day, and then every other weekend we're doing behind the scenes tours. So check those out. Again, chat if you have any questions, and if you wanted to reach me directly, my email is elmiller@fullsail.com. So thank you all for being here tonight. Anna, thank you so much for facilitating, and just let me know if you have any questions.
Great, thank you so much. And next up, we have Jacksonville University.
I'm having a hard time starting my video. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Anna. Hi, everyone. Welcome. So excited that I am able to be here with you guys tonight. My name is Kelly Cleveland. I am an admissions counselor at Jacksonville University. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I'm also an alumni of JU. Oops, sorry, having a couple of technical difficulties. Are you guys able to see my screen? Having a hard time. Yes, okay, my JU screen, perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get going. All right, so Jacksonville is a pretty awesome location in and of itself. We are the largest city in the continental US, so that is my Jeopardy fact for you. So just landmass wise, we've got 7 different sports teams all in Jacksonville. So if you are a fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we love them no matter what. But we also have the Jumbo Shrimp, the Axemen, just a lot of different sports downtown. So if you're interested in pursuing a field in the sports management area, it might be a good place for you to join. 22 miles of beaches, and we're in a really awesome location with St. Augustine just being about an hour away. We've got Orlando 2 hours away and Savannah. So offering you a lot of different resources for potential employment and internships down the line. A quick snapshot of campus. We've got about 3,000 undergraduate students and 1,300 grad students. We are a pretty diverse campus for being so small. We've got over 51 different countries represented on campus, 47 different states, and 4 districts and territories. 58 different majors and 67 different minors, and our top 5 majors are business, kinesiology, nursing, marine science, and aviation. Having a hard time clicking through. Our classroom sizes are pretty small right now, and they've gotten even a little smaller since COVID. So we've got about 11-to-1 students to faculty ratio, even a little bit smaller since COVID. So even trying to get as low as 8. We do have a hybrid class schedule right now. So we've got about half of our students going in on Monday, half of them going in on Wednesday, and then they will swap on Friday for maybe an outdoor lecture. Lots of student organizations and opportunities for you guys to get involved on campus. We have probably out of these top 5, the first one I think of is our outing club. They're super active. If you're an outdoorsy person, you may enjoy your time with them. They do things like beach cleanups, river cleanups. We are a riverfront campus, so we're very proud of that. Also rock climbing, fishing, surfing. So if you are into those kinds of things, you may be very happy at JU. Also, Greek life is a huge part of our campus as well. So lots of different chapters, fine arts, intramurals, they all cycle with the seasons, the intramural sports. So you're able to, dip your toes in a couple different areas. We are a Division I NCAA program, so we've got 17 different sports on campus. We do not have a football program, but we do have all of your other heavy hitters like lacrosse, rowing, baseball, softball, soccer, and then our 2 varsity teams are shooting and sailing. And I'll go through the application process. We are a rolling admissions university, so you can apply at any time during your senior year. I definitely recommend applying earlier rather than later. A middle 50% of our applicant pool has about a 3.58 GPA, and our test scores are between a 1050 to a 1230 and 21 to a 27, but I would like to note that we are test optional, so you're not required to submit your test scores. This is our tuition slide. So $42,250, and it comes out to a total of about $59,000 per year. Upon review of your application, though, all students are considered for a merit-based scholarship anywhere between $12,500 and $27,500. And with other institutional scholarships like fine arts, marching band, athletic, transfer, honors, things like that, we're able to go even beyond that $27,500 and knock down your tuition right away from the top. We do offer need-based aid, so definitely encourage you to file your FAFSA as soon as possible. It opens up on October 1st, so would love to see it. Also, eligible through the state of Florida, things like EASE, Bright Futures, Florida Prepaid, we do take that, so we're happy to work with you. Experiential learning is definitely something big that you're going to find on our campus. You're able to do, I would say during your 4 years here, you are absolutely going to find a space for an internship, study abroad opportunities, service, and research. This is the median starting salary that some of our graduates are seeing their first year out of JU. And I definitely encourage you guys to visit campus. Would love to see you. I will drop my contact information and a couple important links in the chat.
Thank you so much. We are going to now move into Rollins College.
All right. Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. My name is Christina, and I am one of the admission counselors at Rollins. I hope you can see my screen. I have shared it. So we're going to just jump right in with who we are. We're a college of liberal arts, so we really want our students to have their expertise within their major, but we also do want you to develop skill sets that are really important as we attack 21st century problems. So creative problem solving, critical thinking skills, the ability to read, write, analyze data, communicate that effectively, presenting skills, all of these things that employers are finding really important. We were founded in 1885 and we're located in the heart of Winter Park. So we're actually right just down the road from Full Sail. So we are 15 minutes to downtown Orlando specifically. And the image here is of campus. So we have just a really beautiful campus. I highly encourage you to come visit if you are able. If not, we have a virtual visit as well, so you can tune in like you are now from anywhere. We are abutted by Lake Virginia on the one side, which does allow for some fun recreational activities for our students as well. In terms of who we are and who makes up our campus, pretty small, just over 2,000 students, with about 50% coming from the state of Florida. 40% are out of state and 10% are international, representing over 60 different nations. We are very mission driven at Rollins, and one of our tenets is that we want our students to be global citizens. And so you're really going to get that global thought and perspective just based on the experiences of the student body, our faculty, and our staff. 27% of our students do also self-identify as a student of color. Now, in terms of how we are approaching the liberal arts education, because it's not a new way of learning, but it is through our Rollins Gateway. And again, this is our 21st century approach to the liberal arts with the understanding that you're not just learning in the classroom. Learning is going to happen in a variety of ways throughout your time at Rollins. And so our Gateway specifically stands on 3 pillars: future-proof education, our liberal arts in action, and our Rollins results. So I'm going to go briefly through that with you here. Just some of our academic information. We do have over 60 different academic programs here at Rollins. So that's a combination of majors, minors, and pre-professional tracks. You also do not have to officially declare your major until the end of your sophomore year. So you really do have almost 2 full years to be exploratory, take courses that you're interested in, and really find what you're passionate about. We do have a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is 17. Classes are typically capped at 25 to 30, about 99%, I would say, are capped between 25 and 30. And so you're definitely never going to have a large lecture hall. Similar to what some of my colleagues have said earlier, we also do not have teachers' assistants or student assistants, graduate assistants. It is our faculty who teach the courses, so you really have amazing access to your faculty, both inside and outside of the classroom. I think that sort of relates then to that ranking that we get for our #1 commitment to undergraduate teaching. Outside of the classroom, like I said, that second pillar, the liberal arts in action, students are highly engaged in their activities. We have over 120 student orgs on campus, and that number grows as students create new clubs. We have sorority and fraternity life, student media, student athletics. We are Division II in our athletics in the Sunshine State NCAA Conference. We have different cultural and religious groups, expressive arts groups, community service. Study abroad is also very popular at Rollins. So a lot of ways for our students to engage outside of the classroom. Now, going into that third pillar of Rollins results, this data did come from the class of 2018. 97% did let us know that 12 months after graduating, they were employed in the workforce, going to graduate school, or heavily involved in their volunteer service programs. So really excited to see our alums going on to do what they're excited about. We have our Commerce School, I always like to mention, which is our Graduate School of Business on our own campus here. And so we do offer accelerated graduate programs. So if you're interested, definitely reach out and we can give you some more information on that. In terms of how to apply, 3 different ways. We have we accept the common application, the coalition application, and the Rollins institutional app. It's up to you. We do not have a preference. There is no fee to apply. We do take a holistic review, so we look at everything you submit to us. We are also a test optional school. We have been since 2008, so it's definitely not a new way for us to process your application, and it does not harm your application. Students are still eligible for merit scholarship as well, potentially, if they apply test score waived. If you are supplying tests, you can see our ranges here for the SAT and the ACT. Our average core unweighted GPA is about a 3.4. So A's and B's typically, and we're only looking at your academic classes. So we are pulling out and sort of recalculating based only on your core academics. There's the essay section, which is my favorite part. Definitely write about whatever you feel compelled to write about, but definitely have a proofreader because it does act as a writing sample. List out your involvement. Our students at Rollins are very engaged, and so it's a great way to see how you are currently engaged. We only require 1 letter of rec from your guidance or college counselor. Here are our deadlines. We offer both early decision and regular decision. Early decision is that binding option, so it does mean if we accept you, we expect that you will attend. Otherwise, we have a regular decision, and I always recommend trying to get in by the first deadline just for priority scholarship as well. Just some quick information about our scholarships. We do offer financial aid through FAFSA. Our merit scholarships range from $10,000 to $32,000. And then for Florida residents, we do accept Florida Prepaid, Florida Bright Futures, and the EASE grant. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you, Christina. And next up we have, sorry, I've moved away from my list. Kaiser University.
Okay, I'm also having difficulty with the video.
Did that work for you, John?
I think so. Hold on just a second. You hopefully can see. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. Sorry about that.
All good.
Okay, so you should be able to see that now. All right. My name is John. I am with Kaiser University. We are a local option for American Heritage students, being in West Palm Beach, Florida. So we are, of course, not too far away. As you can see here from the presentation, from the slide, we are the #1 producer of nurses in the state of Florida. We do have about 20,000 students, which makes us a significantly sized institution. But each campus is pretty small because we do have 21 of them throughout the state of Florida, as well as a couple international campuses. And so we are open, which means that we are scheduling tours. Students are able to come and visit us. So any student, I'm going to leave my contact information in the chat box. So any student that is interested in possibly coming to see Kaiser University can do so in the very near term, I hope. We do have 4 different categories really that most of our majors fall within, and that would be healthcare, technology, criminal justice, and business. Although we do have specialty programs like equine sciences, we do have a riding team that's connected with our equine sciences program. We also have a college of golf and sport management. So students who are interested in going into the golf industry or going into the sport management industry especially as agents. We do have a very global student population with over 60 different countries represented on our one campus. We are also considered minority serving, so there's a lot of diversity on the campus if students are looking for that type of environment. We do also have the 15-to-1 student to teacher ratio, as I mentioned, although we're a very large institution overall. With as many campuses as we have, each campus being fairly small, the student to teacher ratio is also quite small with that 15-to-1 student to teacher ratio. Once we get to that 25 level, we do start to cap and create new classes for students to keep that small class size. We are very much in growth mode. We are at about 1,300 students right now on our flagship campus, which is about 4 times larger than we were 5 years ago. So we're very excited about that. You can see here our athletic clubs and activities. We do have about 29 of them, including we just recently started a flag football team. We also have started a gaming team, an esports team, which we're in process of also creating a concentration within our sports management program for esports. We have a couple of students who are spearheading that because they do want to become agents for esports athletes. So that would be some of the first of its kind out there. So we're very, very excited about that. We also do have 91% overall job placement rate for KU graduates. A large part of the reason for that is we do have a student services department that is their focus. Their primary function is to make sure that our students are working within their career field within 90 days of graduation. Kaiser University does offer all the way through a doctoral level program. So if you decided you did want to stay at Kaiser University, many of our programs do in fact go through the doctoral level. We are the largest private not-for-profit university in the state of Florida. So we are very, very excited about the possibility of you exploring Kaiser University. One thing I did want to point out to you is some of the admissions criteria, as my peers, my colleagues have done. You can see here the minimum GPA test scores and entrance exams. We do have a private entrance exam that we offer to students, institutional exam. We do super score, so the highest score is what we are going to use to be able to admit you. The Kaiser University admissions team does do personal interviews. So a lot of this is based on one-to-one interviews and finding out if you're the right student for Kaiser and we're the right institution for you. Since we do have so many applicants, we do make sure that we reach out to the students very quickly and schedule those appointments so that we can speak to both you and your parents about whether or not we are the right institution for you. So you can see here my contact information very quickly. You can call or text me. That is my cell number. So I'll be more than happy to answer text messages, phone calls. My email address is there as well. That is the physical location of our campus. We do have virtual open houses available to students. In fact, one coming up on Saturday. I will post the link for that. But I will also post the tour scheduling link where you can schedule a physical tour as well. So I look forward to hearing from some of you in the near future and hope to see you on campus. Thanks very much.
Great, thanks so much. So we are going to move to our last school, last but not least, Nova Southeastern University.
Thank you so much. All right, let me just share my screen. All right. So like we said, last but not least, my name is Caitlin Hall. I'm an admissions counselor from Nova Southeastern University. We are also based here in South Florida. Our main campus is in Fort Lauderdale. We do have some other regional campuses across Florida that you may have seen, but most incoming freshmen are going to start with us here on the Fort Lauderdale campus. So a little bit about Nova. We are a small and growing private institution. We have about 5,600 current undergraduate students, which allows us to keep our class sizes very small. All of your classes are going to be an average of about 17 students, and a vast majority of your classes are going to be no more than 20 students. So you're not going to be in any large lecture hall style classes. Even though we are a small institution, we are pretty diverse. We do have a significant number of students from Florida, but we also have students from all 50 states and 100+ countries. So even though we are technically a local school, you're not going to just be with all the same students that you went to high school with. We also really try to set you up for success from the beginning. We assign you a NSU Edge advisor, who is both your academic advisor and your career coach. And so they are really helping you think ahead. I would say students who end up at Nova are really those students who are very driven and always thinking ahead to the next thing. So your Edge advisor helps you do that while keeping you on track with your classes currently. We do have over 50 undergraduate degree programs. If you've heard of us before, you probably know us mostly for our medical programs and the like, but we have programs ranging anywhere from visual and performing arts to education, psychology, nursing, marine biology, law, criminal justice, all that good stuff. So there's definitely a lot of room to explore and a lot of different interests that you can pursue. We also very much encourage you getting involved outside of the classroom. So we actually require you to get 6 units of what we call Excel, which is Experiential Education and Learning. So these are basically experiences outside of the classroom, and these can include study abroad, career development, so that would include shadowing or internships, and then research. We are a research institution, so we constantly have research projects going on, and you can actually get involved in research at the undergraduate level and in any major. You don't have to just be a science major to do research. You can be a dance major and start a research project. Something that really sets us apart, I feel, is our premier programs. So premier programs are not a requirement at Nova, but they are definitely something that enhances your undergraduate experience and really takes it to the next level. Premier programs is an umbrella term for a lot of different types of programs, as you can see here on this slide. So some of our most popular ones are our dual admission programs, which actually grant you a reserved seat in a graduate or professional program. This is especially appealing to our medical students, and that includes medicine, pharmacy, physical therapy, physician's assistant, different things like that. There are a lot of really great programs, but they're not exclusive to medical. We also have dual admission for law, dual admission for business, dual admission for psychology. So if you're already thinking graduate school, this is definitely a great way and a great place to start. Also, for any of you that are interested in business, our Heisenga Business Innovation Academy is a combined bachelor's to master's program where you can apply for startup funds to start your own business once you graduate Nova. Like the other institutions that have gone before me, being a private institution, you are going to see a higher price tag, but along with the added value, we also do have competitive academic scholarships. You automatically get awarded a Dean's Scholarship upon being admitted, and that is usually a minimum of $10,000 per year for most incoming freshmen. And then you have additional scholarship opportunities by applying for and being accepted to premier programs. And then we even have full tuition scholarship opportunities that students are invited to interview for. And even though we are private, we still accept any of your state aid like Bright Futures or prepaid, as well as anything you receive from the FAFSA. Yes, they may not cover as much as they would at a state school, but they still help and make a big difference. In regards to what we're looking for our profile, typically we're looking for, I would say, minimum of a 3.0 GPA, but that definitely can vary because we ultimately do a holistic review. We do read your essays, we do read your letters of recommendation. We like to try to get to know you as much as we possibly can. So it's not all about the academic profile. Also, we are test optional this year, so you are not required to submit SAT or ACT scores. We're not sure if next year if we're going to be test optional again, but most likely we will be. So definitely you have the option to submit scores, but it is not required. In regards to the timelines for when to apply, we do also have early decision and early action, and that deadline is November 1st. And then our regular decision deadline is February 1st. However, we are still definitely accepting applications. So even if you are currently a senior and you haven't applied yet, you still very much can. It typically takes about 2 weeks to receive a decision after the time you apply and submit all your required documents. Like I mentioned before, we do not require test scores since we are test optional this year, but you will need to get us your official transcripts, and then letters of recommendation and the essay are not required, but they are highly encouraged. And then if you're interested in those premier programs I mentioned, that is a separate application. And for this current year, that application is due by March 1st. And this is my contact information here. I'm also going to pop it in the chat. Thank you all for your time and attention.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So we're just going to move to a quick Q&A. We're going to try to at least do one question with all of you. So I'm going to ask all the reps to come back and be on screen with us. Just remember, we have only about 4 or 5 minutes left. So let's keep the questions really, or the answers really short. But the question is, what advice would you give to someone going through the college search process? And we're going to answer the question in the order that we all presented in.
So my biggest piece of advice to students who are going through the college search process is to really utilize your resources. Reach out to your admissions counselors for all of those questions to confirm if we've received certain documents. We want this to be a really stress-free process for you, and we are here to help. It's what we love about our positions, right? I'm sure I can say that on behalf of all of my colleagues, that we love to communicate with you, and we have most likely gone through this experience ourselves. Some of us at the institutions that we are working at. I graduated from Flagler as a student, as well as my siblings, so I have that personal connection to share with students, and I think that really eases some stress or some overwhelming anxiety that you might experience. But we are really here to help. And my second piece of advice is to visit the college campuses of the institutions that you are interested in. It is the best way to really get an authentic feel for not only the campus that you're looking at, but the city that the campus is located in. Speaking, about Flagler, St. Augustine is really an extension of our campus. We are right in the heart of downtown St. Augustine, so you really get to know our campus and the city very well. So visiting us in person really allows you to understand what your 4 years is going to look like.
So I definitely agree with that 100%. See as many campuses as you can. If you are interested in the school, you feel drawn toward it, the best way that you can really understand what the school is about is seeing it in person. The other very important thing that I would like to suggest is to apply to as many scholarships as possible at the school, community scholarships, huge nationwide ones, as many as you possibly can. Just take the time, write the essays. It might be kind of like not how you want to spend your time in the moment, but the best possible thing that can happen is you have your whole tuition covered. So scholarships for sure.
Yeah, and Flagler and Wholesale really said it all, I think. One thing I'd like to mention is just really think about what kind of classroom setting you'd like to be in. You heard from a lot of smaller schools today. Think about, do you want to sit in a smaller classroom, or do you want a huge lecture hall? And either one of those options is fine, but we're all hoping that you like the small classroom setting, because I think we all really hold on to that on our campuses. Definitely recommend visiting, but also think about, what does the city that you're going to school, what does it offer you after you graduate? Are you going to want to stay there after you graduate? Are there, jobs in that field, in that area for you?
Yeah, echoing everything that my colleagues have said, but also adding, just pay attention to deadlines. Check out what your deadlines are for every school that you're thinking of applying to, and definitely aim for those priority deadlines if a school has them, if they're not on like a rolling basis, just because you're probably going to set yourself up for the best success possible by just getting them in by the deadlines and relieving that stress off of your shoulders as the holidays come up and such. So.
Yeah, very quickly, I know we're running out of time, but I just want to echo everything that my peers said. Gina, you kind of set the stage for everybody. I would highly, highly recommend that you take advantage of virtual tours if you're not able to go directly to campus. If a campus is open though, visit that campus, because it's critical that you find the right fit. And to find the right fit, it has to feel right. It has to, when you step on that campus, you have to feel like this is a place I can see myself for the next 4 years, because it highly likely will be where you will be for the next 4 years if you make the right choice and the right decision. So really take your time with that, and visit as many schools as you possibly can, and make sure that it's the right place for you as much as you can.
And I guess just to wrap up what everyone else said, and again, I just want to reiterate, use your resources. And by this, I mean, especially utilize us. That is what we are here for. You are never bothering us. Ask as many questions as you would like. We want to hear from you. So yeah, that's what I would say to end.
Great, thanks everyone. So that is the end of our webinar. Just a quick few things for housekeeping. There is a survey, so when you close this window, you will have a 4-question survey that appears. Please fill that out. Feel free to sign up for more sessions, and a recording will be available. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.